Here we are at the Maple Street Bakery Cafe. Cute little home, I tell you that. All right, let's go see.
Yeah, who dat?
What is up, my YouTubers? It is me, Who Dat Pat, and welcome back, everyone. Sorry about last week. I had taken the week off. You know, personal things happen. Hey, it's life. That's just the way it goes. But we're back. Well, just me, Miss Who Dat Ray, and my daughter have something going on today. So I decided to take a little trip across the lake here from New Orleans. I was kind of looking for something to film, and I reached out to a friend of mine over here, Monique. And Monique, if you're watching, I appreciate it. And she told me about a bakery that's over here in Abita Springs that might be an interesting filming for me. So I said, really? And she says, yeah. Turns out to be this bakery is haunted. I was like, oh wow. So I started doing a little history of myself, started digging into the, into the bakery a little bit, and come to find out it is definitely haunted. So I am anxious to take the ride across the lake and go see this and just maybe find out what's going on in the inside. Now, granted, I am not doing an investigation. I'm just here to kind of talk about it and just kind of film about the business. More than likely, this is not going to be a full-blown investigation of, if anything's moving in here, but it's just to kind of get the story and just kind of get there, what's going on and why it's haunted. I mean, who knows? You never know what you're going to come across. But yeah, I am anxious to go over there, and of course, while I'm there, I'm definitely going to have to try some sweets or something. I mean, I can't go, and Miss Who Dat Ray will definitely kill me if I go over there without buying something, right? So anyway, enough of me chatting. Let's go take a ride to this Maple Street Bakery. All right, here we are at the Maple Street Bakery. We'll just kind of film around on the outside a little bit of the house and kind of take a look around. Love the porch here on this side. Wow, the original bricks there. Holy, it's like there's no telling what's under the house. I mean, yeah, that is like, and it goes beyond the property, but I'm just gonna kind of film around a little bit. I don't want to be nosy and not show everything. But there's their property in the back. Coming in there. So we're here at Maple Street Bakery, and I have Connor, Mr. Connor, nice to meet you, sir.
Nice to meet you too.
All right, kind of tell everybody a little bit of history about the whole building and kind of about the paranormal. I guess you could say the ghosts here a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. So the building was originally built in, we believe, 1892. It was originally built as a convalescent home for tuberculosis and yellow fever.
Wow.
So lots of people have passed on in this home. And we moved, we started the bakery back in May of 2010. It's my mom's bakery. And we started it up, and we actually lived in the back of the house when we first opened, and we immediately started dealing with paranormal things, footsteps, hearing, voices in the night, things like that. And we kind of experience it regularly. I mean, usually now it's been 13 and a half years, so nothing really.
Wow, nothing phases you now.
Yeah, I mean, the most recent thing that happened actually was 2 weeks ago. It was in the middle of the day, probably 1 o'clock, and I was back there with my mom. I was kind of standing like halfway in the door there.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden I heard the register, start beeping like that, and then the the register opened up all by itself.
What?
And the only way to open the register is you have to put in a sale.
That's correct,
to open it up. And we've had the same register for 13 and a half years and nothing's ever happened.
Holy smokes.
So yeah.
So the host there really truly knows what's actually going on and know how to do that, huh?
Oh, I guess so.
Wow.
I guess they figured out the register. I don't know.
That is pretty neat. Now, I have to ask you, have you ever experienced like seeing the apparition yourself? Or?
My mom has, and it was the apparition of an older man standing right over there by the grandfather clock.
Oh wow!
Probably maybe like 10 years ago, 9 or 10 years ago. And,
wow!
I've physically experienced it. This was probably about 4 or 5 years ago, and I was here by myself. Probably, midday.
Right.
And my mom was gone. She was out to get groceries, something like that. And I heard footsteps come to the door. I was cleaning dishes at the sink, and I heard the footsteps come to the door, and I didn't turn around because I thought it was her coming back.
Wow.
And then all of a sudden the footsteps walked right behind me, and the floor sank in as the weight of someone was standing behind me. And I turned around, and of course no one was there, and the whole room got freezing cold.
Holy smokes. Wow. Oh my gosh. Wow.
Yeah, so we've experienced it all.
Yeah.
We've experienced a little bit of something of everything. But yeah, I mean, a lot of common things are things like, footsteps on the porch. And back in, I want to say probably also 4 or 5 years ago, we had, I forget which news channel came out. I think WWL came out. And did an interview on the paranormal activity here, and she was eating. She came early in the morning around 4 a.m. and she was sitting there eating a Danish, and all of a sudden she saw the chair over there move out like that. So she immediately went out and found a medium and brought her here. She didn't tell the medium anything about the place, and immediately the medium came in and she said, I see beds, lined up against the wall, and then she called it. She knew nothing of it, and we're like, yes, this is a convalescent home.
Wow.
But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stories of who people think the spirits are in this place, and the footsteps on the porch are believed to be of a young boy who used to come over here to see his mother. And he actually passed away by getting hit by a car crossing Highway 36. And they believe that that's his spirit still on the porch running around. So yeah, I mean, there's more than just one spirit in this house. I bet if I had to guess, 3 or 4 spirits.
Oh my goodness!
That occupy this home.
Wow.
So it's interesting.
I would say, especially when you're by yourself and all of a sudden you're hearing something, especially when everything is nice and quiet, and you pick it up, and all of a sudden it's kind of like, you feel maybe somebody, you kind of like, oh, what was that?
Yeah, that happened to my brother actually. So before I worked here, my brother worked here. Yeah. And he was standing in the kitchen and he felt something drape across his back, and he doesn't have long hair like me. He has pretty short hair, and he immediately freaked out. So they like to make their presence known, that's for sure. But
wow,
it was their home first, so we respect that. Yeah.
Oh my goodness! If these walls were probably worth talking. I mean, they kind of give you an idea of what's what was here way before the time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow. Oh my goodness. And this is in the Covington Picayune there, huh?
Yes.
Here. Wow.
Oh, that's awesome. Congratulations.
All right. Sunflowers on those? Absolutely. So let me put these in a plastic bag for you. Sure. No.
I love the little seating area, but look at the entire porch here. That just, wow. Where they had said they heard the young boy running up and down the porch area right here. Wow. Okay. So, I mean, gosh, man, I never knew that a bakery would be haunted here, but that was a pretty interesting story to hear from the gentleman in there about this and about the history of how long the house has actually been here. But yeah, so if you folks are ever out here in Abita Springs, of course, I love Abita Springs. I love their beer out here. If you're ever out here, it's a cute little town. It really is nice. They got great shops, great restaurants, great food, great atmosphere. I would definitely stop at the Maple Street Bakery Cafe. I mean, it's a cute little place. They have tables and chairs. You can come in there and come sit down, as you can see in the video. But it does have a little touch of the paranormal. You may see some things move. Now, I was in there and I did notice like one of the vases were moving, but I think that was because of people walking and the house being kind of elevated and the house shakes a little bit. So I don't think that was anything paranormal. Nothing actually happened to me while I was in there talking to him. But doesn't mean that every time you go searching for paranormal, some things are gonna happen. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. That's just the way it is, being part in that deal. And when you're dealing with paranormal, sometimes that's how it is. But I have heard stories, like I said in the beginning, I have heard stories. People come do investigations here before it became the bakery, and picked up some odd things before. So well, I think that's it, everyone. Oh, let me show you what I bought here. Oh my gosh, this smells so good. I bought 2 eclairs and 4 pedophores. I mean, this comes to like $12 and a penny, but that looks so good. I cannot wait to try this. We can't tell them it's who that raid, can we? She'll get me if we did. But it looks so good. Oh my goodness. All right, everybody. This Who Dat. We'll catch y'all on the next one. Bye for now. All right, I was gonna end the video, but I gotta do this because he's always telling me about it when he watches my videos. But he's always telling me, he goes, man, you never give me a shout out. Dustin, here's your shout out, brother. I appreciate it, man. And look, from the bottom of my heart, I appreciate you watching me, you out there supporting me and watching and liking my videos. But there you go, man. Tell Mr. Dustin, thank you, sir, for watching me. And yeah, there you go.